What's going on, everybody? Hey, 41 Jake here. Happy Monday. Excited to talk today a little bit about something that's been on my mind. Something that I think is interesting that we all, I think deep down, if you're in the 401k industry, there's some form of competition deep inside of you where you think you have some secret sauce, some secret way of either winning business, maintaining business, running operations. Like, it's things that you found that have been helpful that you think are super unique and you don't want to share. And I struggle with this because I think there's a huge opportunity there to collaborate more. And as I've spent the last 15 years in the industry, specifically the last 5 only in 401k, I've found there's a ton of incredibly amazing people, individuals that are working really hard in the 401k industry to do some amazing things. And sadly, there's a lot of people that aren't doing that. Sadly, there's a lot of people that are thinking only about themselves and keeping things really quiet and shying away from sharing ideas. And I think that's wrong. I think that we need to get out there and help each other and pull each other up and do better. And I just pulled some numbers because I think it's important to kind of take a step back and look at the whole industry. And now this is from, and given the market's been through a little bit of a roller coaster the last few months, this is from the investment company Institute. They put together some numbers each year. The end of 2019, they put together some data, and I thought it was interesting because they showed $6.2 trillion in 401k plans, and that was made up of 580,000 401k plans. So there are a tremendous amount of 401ks out there, and there is a variety of different advisors and approaches that are taken to do that. And I've had other videos where I talk about that and discuss the industry as far as where a 401k fits into kind of what your core business is, whether you're a specialist, which I think is definitely the minority, or you have added the 401k to another piece of your business like wealth management or benefits, employee benefits, health insurance, those kind of things. Out of that 580,000 plans, they estimate about 58 million account holders. So 58 million participants, which is just an incredible number. And I was diving deep to try to find like the actual number of investment advisors. I found that registered investment advisor firms has continued to grow. I think it went up about 3%. There's like just over 12,000, I think is the last number I saw. And so how many advisors are in all of those? I don't know exactly. I haven't found a good source to really quote the number of investment advisors. I'm looking at some stuff from the SEC to see if I can dig something up. But I think it's going to be nowhere near what obviously is manageable as far as who can take care of these 58 million Americans. And how can we do a better job of that? So that's a big part of why I created 41J, because I find that there's a massive shift, obviously, from coronavirus to now this online way of communication where we're doing Zoom meetings. The mindset of where we have to go in person and meet one-on-one and see everybody is going away. And now the stigma of using Zoom meetings is gone. Now it's fine. You can say, yeah, we'll just jump on a call. And everyone seems to be a little more comfortable with that than they were maybe 6 months ago. So why do I feel like competition? I don't want to speak negatively. I like competition. I love competing. Nothing's better than walking into a meeting and seeing who you're going up against, seeing some of your friends in the industry. But that's the key to it. I really enjoy that part of it, is knowing that these other people that I'm going head to head with on a bid for a plan, a full on request for proposal. We bring our whole team in, do everything like, most of you have done. I like the fact that I know those other guys and gals that I'm competing against. And sometimes I win, sometimes I lose. Same to them. And I don't, when I win, I don't rub it in their face. When I lose, I'm not a sore loser and just avoid them. I like to collaborate with them and be open, because this is a very fluid industry. And if your reputation is one that causes a lot of people to not or dislike you and go up against you, I mean, you're not really doing any good for what, you're not making a big as impact as you could if you would work with people and not be afraid, or I guess be more confident in yourself to be comfortable enough being friends with your competition. And when you go head to head, obviously game on, like, let's go. But when you're not, in the lobby waiting to go and do your presentation, talk to them, go on a mountain bike ride, go golfing, whatever. Like, you're at a conference. How awkward is it if you go to a conference and you've just, maintained this distance from all of your local competition? I think it's crazy. So I'd like to see more collaboration. I think that's key. I think the 401k industry is definitely a size that we need to pull together and create a better culture within the actual ecosystem itself. And that includes not only advisors, I'm talking about the wholesalers, I'm talking about the auditors. I mean, the auditors are kind of an outlier, right? How often do you really pull the auditors into the full year and talk to them more than once a year when they're doing the audit? Like, why not? Let's figure out how we can improve things, whether it's, hey, how did the audit go? What did you find when working with this record keeper? Was it a problem? Is there something that we could do better? Work together, come together on this. And I think you're going to see some incredible results, rather than siloing yourself in saying, I've got this secret weapon. I do my process and I'm going to keep it hush hush and I'm not going to share it with anybody. My YouTube videos are all about what I'm doing to help my clients. I'm using Kajabi. It's an online platform mostly for online businesses, but I'm using it in a different way where I create landing pages. I just made another one for a client that's going through a blackout period. I've made a video of explaining what's going on so that anywhere that the participants are, they can watch that video. And I've broken down different sections on other videos of how to log in, how to understand our investment 338 lineup, how to do a self-directed account. The questions I get consistently, I'm putting in that. And I'm telling everyone how I do it. I'm not trying to hide that. I think it's an old mindset to say, well, this is our secret weapon. We're not going to tell anybody. No, I don't have any secrets. If you want to know what I'm doing, it's all out there. And if I really honestly am not holding anything back, and I think we could really improve the outcomes of participant 401k plans by doing more of this. If more of you would get on here and share, and I'm not talking about giving financial advice and telling other people exactly what to do, which puts you in a compliance corner. I want you to share things that you've learned, things that have helped and be beneficial, not necessarily advice. I've been a chief compliance officer. I get it. I totally understand the battle that some of you may have with your compliance team. And I think that's a battle you should push back on. I honestly do. If your compliance team is just saying no, no, no to everything, I think that's a lazy response. Meaning, if compliance won't let you even make one post or one video, they're really limiting your ability to communicate with others and explain how you're different, what you're doing to improve and be valuable, create value, to be paid to bring that value. If you're just keeping it all secret behind doors and it's just live meetings that you can't do anymore, they're really limiting you. And I think that's something that you need to push back on. Compliance needs to figure this out. If you're in compliance, you need to understand how social media works and how that is the new form of communication in our world. That's where people are talking. It's the very same thing as I honestly think it's more transparent and even better than if you invite 50 people to a private steak dinner and try to sell them an annuity. Like, making a post explaining how a safe harbor plan design may work well for this industry, but not this one. And this is why I recommend this in this scenario. Again, you may be different, disclose however you have to, but giving that free help. I work in the medical niche. We do a lot of non-elective safe harbor plans. It's the cheapest way to maximize the tax savings for the business owners, the physicians. To get them up to that $57,000 limit, they're going to have to give some to their staff. The way to do that, the most efficient way, is a 3% non-elective safe harbor, which obviously they're going to have to put a little bit more in for the gateway percentage. That wouldn't work for a huge, massive manufacturing plant with thousands of people. You would never do that. You would never give everybody 3%. You would do a matching formula. You can still do safe harbor, and then you're going to have, some other things to talk about as far as eligibility investing. And maybe you have the ratios big enough that you don't even need to do safe harbor. That's the point of a good advisor. So these are kind of ideas that I think are okay to share. And I don't think there's any real, if compliance is scared of you sharing these ideas, then you need to ask why. Find out why. And really try to express to them why you think it's important. And I'll give you that. Show some videos. the the way that I think it's important is it gets you out there building a brand for yourself and building some authority in this space. And how can I, on one hand, I can name all of the biggest, I think, influencers on LinkedIn as far as 401k goes. There's not a lot. You know, the RetireHolics team, they have their thing in the administrative side. You've got Jeannie Fisher and you've got Aaron Potagen. You really don't have, out of the hundreds of thousands of advisors out there, really any authority on this topic. And why is that? Where are you all? Get out there. Let's collaborate. If you want help or you're curious how to do this, please reach out. Like, email me, text me. I mean, Jake at 401jake.com. My text 385-204-4015 or 401k. I'm happy to help you. And if you get a lot of pushback from compliance, I want to help you navigate that so that you can do more collaborations. I have an interview now in compliance that I did last week that I hope to get out very soon. We didn't talk anything about recommending the product that the wholesaler, my good buddy Ben, uses. We talked more about just the industry and different ideas around what advisors could do different to improve what they do for clients. So I'm pumped to help people do that. So that's really all I wanted to talk about today. It's been a weird Monday. I've been just making a lot of videos and responding to a lot of texts and other things going on. And I'm really, really pumped. One quick announcement. This is all on my LinkedIn as well as my Instagram. But this Friday, and I'm going to try to do this every month, the middle of the month, the middle Friday. So this Friday the 15th at 11:30 Mountain Standard Time, we're going to do our first, I'm calling it the Friday Club with a K, sesh. So short for session. We're going to just have together just a bunch of the people that I've been meeting on social media that have been really, really awesome. We've got, there's a bunch that they're just running through my head. They're all wearing these. Most of them got hats from me. And also, cool little thing here. I got a shirt yesterday. I'm pretty pumped about that. And the reason that I'm all about this whole is just going all in. I'm 401k. I'm all in about what is happening in the industry. We're having Secure Act, the CARES Act. We've got so much going on. People need help. People need resources. They need expert advice. They don't need an advisor that's just dabbling. They need someone that really knows what they're doing, and that can be you. And if it's not, you partner with someone that is, so that you both can win, so that the client can excel expectations with what they want to do with the 401k. So that's what this Friday is. It's purely no selling. We're not pitching anything. We're just sharing ideas and stories of what all of us are doing, where we are, how we're handling this lockdown. And different states have different regulations and rules. Utah's being a little more relaxed. We're getting out and about a little bit more, which has been great. But I want you to still leverage the power of collaborating with others, sharing ideas, and doing it publicly and documenting your process. That is not only going to improve your business, it's going to improve your clients' end results. It's going to improve so many things that you had no idea were even possible. I'm actually going to be on a podcast later today. So it just starts to snowball, right? You just have to put yourself out there and know that when you do, there's going to be people that will watch and won't say a word, that will not comment, not like, but they'll talk. And that can be good or for bad. But just stick by what you believe and know that if they're talking trash, if they're doing things that, you hear negative things, so what? What are they doing about it? Get over it. So I'm making these videos and I don't really care what people say or think, because I'm just trying to put good information out. I think advisors need to collaborate more. Stop trying to hide your amazing ideas and your secrets, because you don't have any. You think you do. Just share them. I'm an open book. If you have problems or concerns or want to talk more about this, or you have questions about how do you navigate compliance, how do you work LinkedIn and Instagram, how are they different? How does TikTok fit into this whole puzzle? How does YouTube work? I mean, YouTube, you got to look at what's coming down the pipe for YouTube. They're changing. You can do videos not just in landscape, but straight up and down, which is like everything else. But they're also trying to compete with TikTok. So there's new stuff coming out in a couple months. So YouTube, I would definitely pay really close attention. But again, all of these different ways of communicating with people throughout the internet, whether it's your website or social or a steak dinner, it all comes back to your personal brand reputation. And the more you collaborate and the more you help, the more you influence, the more authority you have and the more impact you're going to make. And really, the more business you're going to do, and I think the happier you're going to be. That's just my opinion. I hope it's helpful. I really want to challenge you to try this week to put yourself out there on a new platform, one that you've never really done. I saw a ton of my friends that I guess just scroll through Instagram, post things for Mother's Day. Like that's their Mother's Day and birthday. They do that. I don't know what it is, why they do it. The only time they post. I want you to make a post. Don't try and sell. Just document. Say, hey, everybody, hope you're having a great week. I'm excited for Memorial Day, even though it's going to be different because still, here's what I've been doing to work. It's been exciting. If anyone has ever had questions or concerns, I've noticed some 401k challenges come through with this coronavirus. I'd love to help. Like, you don't have to make it a hard pitch sale, but you don't need to ask for the business or, understand the room. So whether you're posting on Instagram, and I have a whole course about this, but I want you to just put yourself out there in one place, whether it's YouTube, your website, make one video and post it somewhere and just see what happens. And you probably nothing because you don't have an audience probably to that platform, but you could surprise yourself. Honestly, if you've never touched TikTok, download TikTok and do it there. Don't get sucked into TikTok because you'll spend hours and you'll lose your life. I literally, I have to force myself, do not start watching. I just post content. So that's all I have. Again, the industry is massive. There's 58 million participants. And I don't know how many advisors, but not enough to take really, really good care of them. So the opportunity is massive. Collaborate with others, share. And we're gonna see some huge results. I think 2020 is gonna round out. It's gonna come to be a great, amazing year. Even though it started off really, really rocky, I think we're gonna have a positive end to this if you put in the work now. Okay, that's all we got. Reach out if you have questions or if I can help you in any way. I love to make myself available. Have a great day.